Hey everybody, Angel Arts here, and welcome to a special episode of Let's Play with the Bravo Squad in our Mass Effect RPG Collision campaign. So yeah, as you can see, our fellow players here. It is, as of the filming of this video, we're in the month of October and nearing Halloween, and so I thought it would be really fun to have everybody in the Bravo Squad to dress up as their character, or gender-bended versions of their character, which is actually what I'm doing, is I'm playing one of the NPCs. So if you guys can't tell, I am actually playing the role of Tracy, or the gender-bended version of Tricey, and
Brosy.
because Brosy, all of you know how much I love the red hair, so of course I was gonna pick a character that had red hair to dress up as. I should have Colin dress this and see what he looks like in it. That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to a non sequitur. Let's start with the warm up, because that'll give people a chance to see your lovely faces and your lovely costumes. Because at the end of this session, the players are going to rate and vote on whose costume they think is the best, and that person will get bonus XP. Okay, so the warm up question I want to give today is, I feel like we haven't done this in a while, so I kind of want to bring it back because I think it's a good way to get a pulse on where each of the characters are mentally, especially since one of you probably has taken a complete 360 in your behavioral patterns. So I kind of want to get a pulse on that. Okay, I wonder who that could be. So I want you
I
guys
have
to
no idea.
So this doesn't necessarily have to be canon, but hypothetically speaking, if your character was writing in your journal or writing in your diary, what would your entry say at this moment? Because you guys are supposedly about to go into saving your people or sending supplies to your people, and maybe there's a question whether or not you think it's a good idea to keep them where they are, or take the risk of transporting them to another galaxy. I just kind of want to get an idea of where each character is at. So if you were to write in your journal or diary, what would your entry say, hypothetically?
I feel like at the moment Lynn's reaction is just, what the fuck? So at the moment, as we last left him, he's hearing everybody's thoughts. So I feel like at
Yeah.
the moment,
So at that moment, yeah.
at the moment it's just like, what on earth is happening? Probably. I have to think about this actually for a bit more than us.
Yeah. You definitely have a lot going on in your life right now, so I definitely would like to get some sort of a snapshot. If we froze the instance right then and there, like, what would your voiceover, and you were doing a voiceover, at that point I wasn't really sure what to think. you know how they do that in shows where something happens and then it pauses and then
A thing that Darren sometimes does is he'll write emails, which
Okay. Saves
the
it as a
thing,
draft,
but-
because I do that too.
not quite.
Okay.
So, dear tips. I suppose I should probably stop addressing these to you, since you're kind of not dead now. God, I hope he doesn't get these. That'd be pretty awkward. This is a mess. Like, trying to deal with everything that's going on is, well, I can't deal with it. And now we've lost Trissy, and, well, we're gonna get it back. That's not up for debate. It's just, I don't know. It's like, I know I'm supposed to be focusing on the mission, and like, how are you supposed to, and this sort of stuff's going on. I need to apologize to Luna at some point. He didn't deserve how I responded to him. It wasn't his fault, but it's easier to blame someone, and he was there. Just seems like every time I'm supposed to be protecting someone, I fail. Guess that's why I was put in the Bravo squad. People can't rely on me because, well, I'm supposed to be here to be, taking the hits for the people, and yet I don't know. It's a mess. On the bright side, with recent events, I'm not so concerned about, well, you being alive again, I guess. I don't know, I need to do something and figure this out. And that'll be that.
If it's not a text entry, is that okay?
Yep. It can be a voiceover. It can be whatever you want.
So imagine like how the detective's office would have a board of like a murder board or missing persons board. So an electronic version or an like analog version, whichever you want to think. There are diagrams of the vault, the layout of the vault, either the official version or the one that she has mapped out during her time there. Since even from session 1, I think I said that she will try to figure out her way around the place and have a mental picture of the structure, the facility. And then there is like a not very clear picture of the underground hangar, since that was the place that she had not had time to explore yet. So this is where she's making like a bunch of question marks and like making marking possible location of the Reaper technology or device. And then there are like off to the side there are maybe like notes on the different realities that the group have been to and the state of affairs there and people's relation to each other, like a relationship map, who's done what to whom and why. And around her are probably mechanical devices she has taken apart and just in the process of meditating and thinking of how to improve armor for all of the group members.
Okay.
Since leaving the vault, things have been rather interesting for myself. Me, who's always avoided everybody else ever since that incident, I'm now part of the team. How odd is that? And we met Morden. That was kind of cool, though not the Morden I looked to as a hero, I guess. With this, he did science, not medicine, so that was interesting. Though he's made this interesting device that can jump between different universes. Oh, those exist, yes. That's another thing. Different universes, and we ended up going to the one filled with human privilege everywhere. So yeah, there's this yellow universe where the elusive man won, and basically if you're not human or Asari, well, you are scum. But we ended up using that to our advantage to get into this insane asylum by putting me in there because no one questioned it. Because, you know, human privilege. And, well, I met a strange Quarian mixed with human called Chris, and a Turian named Octavius. In the bust out, we unfortunately didn't get Octavius out, but we got Chris with us. And though Aya doesn't like him, I was quite fond of Chris. He is a good friend. I hope he's okay. To deal with this then, Rain, the strange Asari lady, she took us to what's called the Green Universe, where we had to compete in some games. Where we met with the Alphas. That was good. Aya finally reunited with Niha. I guess I'm no longer her favourite Quarian. Well, at that moment in time anyway. We'll get to that. Put a pin in there. We lost the games. It was a good fight, I guess, though Quinn's weird. I don't trust him at all. and I don't trust that gun that he's got. Which we did get back to him. That's a good note. I'm sure he's fuming. I don't care. But as we were loading the stuff to take back to the vault, we ended up meeting with other Darren, other Aya. And we lost Tricey. Whoops. According to Darren, that's my fault. Darren is an asshole.
Yes.
And seriously, I already warned him to never act like my father. And what does he do? Acts like my father. I almost left. I literally was on my way out the door, but I met Cortez, and, well, he's interesting. He really is. I've never had siblings before, and I started to think that Darren and Tricey were, like, the siblings that I never had. But after what's happened, who knows, maybe Cortez... He promised to teach me how to do car mechanics. That's fun. That's what brothers do, right? I don't know. But, yeah, speaking of my dad, I met my other dad. Well, other world version of my dad. Still an asshole. But at least I managed to warn him to not do what I did. And, well, now I don't have to worry about that because Aya stole me the chip. Yeah, what the fuck is this chip? End.
Everything's gone to shit. I don't even know how to start. First we're losing the Reaper War. That's one thing. And we're locked in some godforsaken vault for 3 years. The first of which I was knocked out cold for, like, most of it. Now I'm supposed to be leading a team, finding food for everyone, and I don't know what to do, because apparently I'm not doing a very good job. Because we lost someone already. And Darren is not happy about it. Oh boy. Well, at least we found her again, except this one's the wrong one, because fucking all this shit. Alternate realities, everything. No. I don't know how we can do this. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm trying, but how am I supposed to be leading a team if I can't even keep my team alive? How am I supposed to lead a team if I can't even keep my friends alive? And
Oh, Malik, for the very first time, I actually want to give Aya a hug. Not that I didn't like her before. I liked Aya just fine, but just I've never seen her vulnerable before. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. Okay. Let's take it immediately. I feel like as amazing and awesome as the anti-gravitational room is right now going on in the laboratory, I do want to take it from our purposeful cliffhanger where we have Tricey has just basically dropped the bomb inadvertently on Darren, telling him A, that he's dead, which he's not, and B, that she's not the right Tricey. Well, you'll take it immediately after Tricey, asks where's Anar, and Darren realizes immediately, wait a minute, we got the wrong one.
Okay.
Take it from there.
So
Right now, Tricey looks panicked. Like, she looks very scared. She doesn't know. She looks very disoriented. She doesn't know where she is. I mean, you saw her tied up, so she's definitely not. She doesn't seem like very stable herself at the moment. But go ahead.
Okay, Darren looks very conflicted. He sort of glances between Tricey and the door, and you can kind of tell his first impulsion is just to run off and see if they can figure out how to find the actual Tricey. But he sort of fights that down and closes the door. Is it okay if I sit down? And he indicates the end of the bed.
She nods. Is this a dream?
I wish it was that simple. I'm going to tell you something crazy, so you'll have to be with me. But I'm being honest, and well, I guess that's possibly not believable. Suppose you're probably familiar with the idea of like alternate universes and realities. Watch movies about it. Well,
Wait, oh no. Yes, she says. Anar warned me about it, and I didn't really want to deal with it or think about it at the time, and now things are going crazy. I don't know what that guy wanted from me. He kept asking me. Doesn't matter, she says. Where is you don't work for him, do you?
Work for who?
Dane.
Not quite. Last time I saw him, he was being, well, taken care of, I suppose.
Are you a cop?
No. As I said, alternate universes. Unfortunately, I come from one where the Reapers won. And we were just about to head back there. I'm gonna have to deal with that in a moment.
Wait, we're heading back to a world where the Reapers won? Why?
We still have people there. You know Charles, well, I mean, I assume you know Charles? Was I friends with him in your universe?
She shakes her head.
Okay, just gonna work on assumptions. I'm assuming that my line of work in your universe wasn't the most legit.
She sighs. I heard rumors, and I had a sinking feeling. You never actually told me what you did, but I had an idea.
Okay, so I guess that was kind of the same in my universe. Probably not as extreme. Well, definitely not as extreme. Basically, Charles was the person I worked for, and when it became apparent that the Reapers were possibly going to win, he, well, made sure some people would survive at least. Okay, so we'll take you back and we'll fix this. I possibly know, well, don't really know, but I know a person who knows Anna. It could be a different version of him though, so that's not super helpful. So yeah, we'll take you back wherever you want to go and it'll be okay.
Okay. She nods.
Okay. So you feeling okay now, or?
Yeah, she says. It's just gonna take time for this all to digest.
Yeah, you sort of get used to it, unfortunately.
So you are not really my brother.
I'm a version of him, but no, not really. It's like, I guess we're the same person, but our lives have been completely different. Our experiences aren't the same. From, well, what I've experienced, like alternate versions of me aren't me. I'd assume it's the same for you.
Do you know what happened to my brother?
No, I'm afraid. Probably something stupid.
She nods.
What did that guy want, by the way? If you don't want to talk about it, that's okay, but if you can try and fix it, then it could be relevant.
He was looking for some guy named Alabon Finston, I think. Apparently he stole a ship. And he seemed convinced that I knew who he was. And I kept telling him I had no idea what he was talking about. And I had no idea about any stolen ship.
I don't think I know the name, I'm afraid. But, yeah, he was talking to someone about that when we bust you out of there. We'll make sure you're safe, okay? You don't have to worry about that.
She silently nods. Thank you.
Okay, I need to go talk to Aya. And off you'll go.
Darren, she asks,
Yeah?
will you come back afterwards?
I can't make any promises, I'm afraid. Oh, wait.
She kind of, her voice gets quiet. You know, that was the last thing my brother said to me, too.
I actually misunderstood the question. She meant back to talk to her. I thought she just meant... Yeah, okay. We'll still go with that being my answer.
Yeah. You could have just misunderstood what she said.
Yeah.
In character.
Mm-hmm.
So she says that was the last thing my brother said, too.
Yeah. Seems like something I would say, I'm afraid. As I said, we'll sort this out, okay? You don't have to worry about that. I can't promise I'll get you back to Anar, but I can get you somewhere safe.
Okay.
And he sort of smiles weakly at her.
Aya, where are you again at this point? Are you in the cockpit? I forgot where you were.
I think
Are you
when
in-
we left off, she was floating around having
Oh.
fun inside the
So-
floaty room.
Okay, so you're with Crystal and Lun. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
We...
No,
yes,
I have.
where did Crystal go again?
She actually went with Darren, but it's okay if they were alone in the room. That's okay, but she's not in the med bay
All right.
anymore.
We'll get to you.
Sure.
Well, let's wrap that part up. So I guess when Darren exits the room, Crystal is right outside the door. I'm assuming she was not eavesdropping though.
No, she's running away from Lun.
Okay.
She's going to check on Tricey since.
Okay.
But
So
once they started the conversation, I guess she can leave the room to give them privacy.
yeah, that's
It's
fine.
okay. You
That's
can
fine.
go ahead with Aya's scene. That's fine.
Oh, well, I mean, I wanted to know if I just wanted to see if there was any interaction between Darren and Crystal when Darren exits the room.
I think Darren will be too focused on Tricey to care about what Crystal is doing. She would be leaving the room to go talk to Otto to make some food for Tricey, so
Is that true?
so
Is
they
that
can
true?
Have a talk.
Is that true, Darren? Will you not say anything to Crystal when you exit the room?
Well, it sounds like if we arrived at the same time, then once things became apparent, Crystal just left, then...
Okay.
He's not going to, ask where she's going.
Okay.
So...
Let's go into. That's fine. Let's shift the scene to the Lun and Aya then, and Lucas. They're all in that room.
Okay, where is there an off switch for this thing?
I don't know. I think it's kind of fun.
You want- Can we take things seriously at the moment? Because I can actually read people's thoughts, and that's not a good thing.
I think you have a cute butt.
I already know that.
Wait. So did Aya think that or say that out loud?
She thought it.
She thought it. Okay.
I already know that, Aya.
We need like some sort of. Can we do some sort of visual like that says this is what I'm thinking or something like that, so we know that this is whatever you're saying is being thought, not spoken. We need some sort of signal. But I think that's fine unless you can think of something else.
I forgot to bring a tinfoil hat. Darn it.
Yeah.
I already know that, Aya.
Know what? Damn, he's cute when he's flustered like that.
Out of my room! Well, hospital bay now!
Why? Oh.
Out! I need some peace and quiet.
Lucas, why don't you want to throw me out?
Lucas just kind of shrugs.
Fine then, have your floating to yourself. Are you sure you don't want me to, like, at least release you first then?
Out.
Okay.
All right.
It's fine. I'll find you later, right? She'll think like, maybe I can find a nine-tailed cat somewhere.
Aya leaves the room finally. And when Aya leaves the room, Niha is walking towards the med bay, and she sees you float out, and then you kind of land. Probably not on your face, but you probably just drop down to the ground. And Niha will yell out, "What is going on over here? I heard the commotion."
Well, we got Lun an upgrade, and he sort of became Magneto.
Wait, she says. A, that's very old school. B, you mean the chip? You attach the upgrade to her chip?
Maybe.
That's very dangerous, you
It
know.
all went well. Like, all he can do, like, everything that's going on is just like some sort of weird flying around in there.
So he can use telekinesis now.
Yeah, I think he can. And I think he might also be able to read minds. Because
Read minds.
for some strange reason, he just threw me out without me even saying anything. All I was doing was having fun flying around.
Wait a minute. He was able to read your mind.
Maybe.
And he threw you out. What were you thinking at the time? Aya?
Nothing.
Wait, you have that grin on your face. I know that grin. Aya? So, if he can read minds, I'm not really sure that's how well that sits with me.
Well, it's quite simple solution. Then don't go into the med bay. I don't think it has like a very big range.
How well can he control it?
Not at all.
Oh, boss.
He's only just gotten out of like the sedation, so give him some time. He'll figure it out.
I hope this doesn't come back to bite us in the butt.
What, having a super powerful, stronger than a sorry biotic Quarian?
Who can read our thoughts? Do you know how...
Oh, all
That-
it is like the ultimate breaking of privacy. It's not like that's a big problem. The government fucks us in the ass all the time like that, so whatever.
For the time being, I think I'm going to stay away from the med bay for as long as possible.
I'll make sure to radio whenever Lynn is going to your direction.
I would appreciate it.
Maybe
Thank you.
wear a tinfoil hat, develop like maybe put in some lead casing in your suit.
I might have to do that specifically. Tinfoil hat, does that even work?
I don't think so. It's just what people usually say in movies. By the way, another thing, could you create me a grappling hook?
I should be able to pull something off, I think.
Yeah, because like in that last fight against myself, well, she'll lift up her shirt and show some bandages where a bullet it kind of hurts.
So, I'll see what I can do. It'll keep me busy at least until we arrive back to the Purple Galaxy. We are going back to the Purple Galaxy, right? Now that we've rescued Tricey.
That was the plan, at least.
Excellent. So I guess I will go tell Cortez to make the jump.
Yeah, go ahead.
She will go. Meanwhile, what's happening with Lun?
I guess he's probably trying to figure out how to stop the floating and the mind reading.
Roll a biotics for me, please. Either that or a willpower, whichever one is higher for you. It's probably biotics.
Yeah.
And give me the value, please.
27.
27 is the value you have to beat with your willpower. Roll a willpower.
Oh no. This is how you
Your
tricked...
biotics are super powerful, so you're basically trying to save against yourself.
You tricked me. No. Willpower comes under knowledge, doesn't it?
I believe so.
Oh no.
Yeah.
27 is what you have to beat.
Yeah. 26.
Okay. Well,
One shot.
with that, you will be able. I'll say you'll be able to calm it down in 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes passes, you'll be able to get everything under control. Just know that when you are under duress, if you're under duress, it might happen again. In which case, you'll have to try to turn it off a second time.
Yay.
When the surge of biotic energy stops, the Pyjack lands on your chest, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts cheering, as if he just had the time of his life.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, buddy.
Uh-huh.
That you can get these off. Kind of a motion towards the the restraints.
The Pyjack will go over to the restraints and he'll start, tugging at this, tugging at that, and he doesn't. I mean, he manages to get you out a little bit longer than it normally would take a human, but he does it.
Just give him like a pat on the head and sit up.
He climbs onto your shoulder after the pat.
So, that's a thing. I wonder if we jumped yet. How long was I out? Why am I talking to the Pyjack? Kind of pat his head again before heading out.
Okay.
Cautiously.
Where are you gonna go?
He'd probably head up to like the deck, like where I guess people are, because he's expecting they're probably about to do the jump.
Okay. So are you going to the cockpit? Is that where you're going?
Yeah, probably up there.
You're gonna head for the cockpit. Meanwhile, Crystal, you are in the kitchen with Otto. Is that correct?
Yes.
Otto is, I guess he's cleaning. I don't think it's anywhere near a meal at the moment, so I think he's just cleaning the kitchen. How did things go with the rescue? Inquisitively.
We had a mistaken identity problem.
Curiously,
But we're trying to figure it out.
What do you mean?
The Tricey we saved was not the Tricey that we know.
He nods. I see. So, may I ask what happened to the other Tricey?
We have to get to the bottom of this.
He said, I thought I heard Dr. Solis say that he checked every single galaxy and didn't find any other traces of her.
He has made mistakes before.
That is true.
We just need to ask him to recalibrate his systems.
He
And then
nods.
she pulls up the Omni tool and text Modern Solis. And say, please recalibrate your systems. And try to do another search because we found the wrong Tricey.
It is at this point that you start to feel the ship begin to shake as the reality collider activates. And you hear on the systems Cortez saying, everyone brace yourselves. We're going to try our very best to get in there as discreetly as possible. But just in case the worst will happen, be prepared for evasive maneuvers. There's a big flash that surrounds the ship of purple light. You guys are in Bayangana, and you guys make the transport there to your home galaxy, be it ever so crumbled. Cortez will say on the PA system, things look quiet for now. Stealth drives are on. I am making a speedy yet cautious trip directly to Elchera. Morden Solis will look for you, Crystal. Where are you going to be? Still in the kitchen?
Yeah, well, do we assume she already talked to Otto to make some like meal for Trissy, or
Sure.
do you
Otto
need
can
me?
do that.
Yeah, and while Otto is preparing the meal, Crystal is maybe try to see if there's a way to make some tea,
Okay.
or green tea or whatever.
He will do that.
Yeah.
Dr. Solis will approach you, Crystal, and he will say, I recalibrated the systems to completely full power, scouring all of the galaxies, red, blue, green, yellow, even purple. The only living beings that matches Trissy's DNA is the one that's on this ship.
Then can
Which
you see?
means if the scanner wasn't able to pick her up, then he sort of bows his head. I'm sorry. I can give the news to Darren if you'd like. Or would you rather?
With all due respect, but please try again. Even if we are to find her body, it is still closure. We want to know where she is, alive or dead. If you can.
If she got zapped by that gun thing, I can't promise that we're going to find any traces of her body. That gun is supposed to apparently cut through reality itself, powerful enough to cut through the galaxy itself.
It is still better to know. You have not even tried.
If you want, you can come back to my lab and we can do it one more time.
Yes, I will. But not at this time.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
No, he says. Thank you, and I'm sorry that I currently don't have better news.
We do what we can.
He nods, and he goes back to his office, to his laboratory. What is Darren doing at this point?
So we've started jumping at this point, correct? Or we've already jumped, rather.
You've already jumped.
Uh,
You cannot jump for another 24 hours.
yeah. He's gonna find Aya.
Where is Aya at this moment?
She probably decided to just sit down in the common area and just relax for a bit.
Okay. Darren, you'll find her in the common area.
Aya, why the hell did we jump? We have to go back.
A bit late to say that now. How's our resident redhead doing?
We got the wrong Trissy. We have to take it back because
Hold. We got the wrong Trissy?
I don't know. Solus must have found the wrong one. We need to take it back, and we'll
Didn't you
find
say
the right
that that was the only one?
one. He must have been mistaken. He probably stopped looking after we found her.
We can't go back anymore. The reality collider has already activated.
Shit.
We won't be able to go back for another 24 hours, yeah.
Okay, so we go to the vault and we sort that stuff out, and then we take Trissy back, and then we find my Trissy. It's okay.
It's gonna be okay, Darren. We'll find her.
I know. We will. I'll make sure of it. I need to go talk to Solus.
Probably a good idea.
Mess. Fuck. I thought we were going to check on here and then jump.
Well, we assumed we had the right one, so we just kept on with the plan. But considering that she was taken captive, I think it's probably a good idea that we at least didn't just drop her off in the Citadel or something.
So it's better off taking it to the Purple Universe, where everyone's
Yeah, in the most secure ship in the entire fucking galaxy, almost in the entire fucking multiverse.
To be fair, it's probably the only ship in the galaxy at this point. Okay, so I'll talk to Solus and we'll figure this out. It's not going
Did she
well, is it?
say something else, like who she was?
Chris. I think
Yeah.
he mentioned his friend Anna. I think she knows him. Don't know if it's the same one, but all I've got to go off of.
All right. And that's that Hannah dude.
I guess.
Okay, fine. We'll figure out when we get. Should we go back to Yellow and see if we can contact Rain? Or should we just go?
I think we should take her back first because we can't really waste time going back to Yellow.
But all things considered, if she's being chased down in her galaxy, she may not be your sister, but she's still Tracy in some way. You don't just want to leave her in that, do you?
No. Well, find somewhere safe, but we can't take her with us. It's too much risk. Shouldn't have brought our Tracy with us.
Maybe we can hope that Morden will find your Tracy.
Yeah, like we can't jump, but we can get him to start looking.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Aya.
No problem, Darren.
We'll probably go help with the piloting in a moment as well. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to Morden. Darren leaves.
Well, fuck you.
And Darren will be just about to leave to go see Morden Solus when Crystal Chen enters the room.
Any more bad news?
She just brings a tray of tea and puts it in front of, like near Aya at the table.
Thanks.
She says, "Captain, would you like some tea?"
Thanks, Chen. She'll grab one cup and take a sip.
May I do a scan of your injuries? I didn't get a chance to earlier.
Sure, but you know me, sturdy as steel. Kunk, kunk, kunk.
With your armor off, please.
She'll ditch lodge her armor. No, you're not. You left.
Okay.
And she'll
She
like
pulls up the Omni tool and do a scan.
Aya seems to be okay, except for that injury on her side, I believe, that she mentioned before.
look at me, good as new.
She could use some patching up on her side, the side that she was pointing out to Niha earlier. The one that really hurt.
Okay, then Crystal pulls out some Omni
Medigel.
manager. Yes.
Manager.
No need to.
If it was her arm, then then Omnigel.
No need to baby me, Chen. I'm fine. It's just a bruise. It was just a piece of superheated plasma that hit me in straight square in the stomach. It's fine.
Only part of you is cybernetic. You are still organic. You're still vulnerable. With your permission, I would like to make some adjustment to your armor using the defense chip that I gave you earlier.
Sure.
Be careful
Okay.
not to give in to rage. It cuts both ways. Your job is to lead the fight, and my job is to keep you alive. Help me, help you.
Okay.
And then the scene can cut from there.
So you're trying to improve Aya's armor right now?
It can take a while, but just so that the process can start. I just wanted to initiate it so that
roll me.
once...
Okay, if the process is starting, roll me a technical armor repair skill, and tell me what the value is, please.
Fail.
Okay. You won't be able to improve her armor at this moment, but maybe if you keep trying, you will later.
I have modding. Maybe she could guide me.
She could, but not with a fail. Darren, go in. You will find Morden Solis. He is in his laboratory. He seems to be in very deep thought, looking at a monitor that looks like it's a scanning device.
Morden,
or scanning program.
Morden, you found the wrong Tricey. We need to keep looking.
Morden doesn't turn around, and his eyes are still glued to the monitor, but he nods and says, I heard.
Chen? Good. Let me know when you find it.
He looks like... do you just turn around and leave without him responding?
If it seems like he's going to respond, he'll stay, but otherwise he's probably just going to go.
He looks like he's about to say something, but then he decides against it, and then he continues looking at the scanning system.
What is it?
He turns around finally, and he looks at you, but it looks like he has a hard time making eye contact with you. He says, do you know how the scanner works?
No, that's your job. I just know that it does work.
He says, the scanner is meant to be able to find living creatures with matching DNA across the galaxies. I have checked it numerous times. I have double-checked all of the formulas, all of the algorithms to make sure everything is right. I have done scans on every single galaxy, red, green, blue, yellow, and purple, of every single living thing that matches her DNA. The only thing that I have been able to find with my scanners up and down over the last hour has been the one that's on this ship.
No, you're wrong. You must have missed her, or who's to say there's only that many galaxies? Maybe she's in a different one. Maybe there's more we don't know about. Tricey's okay. You need to keep searching, and we'll find her.
He doesn't respond verbally, but he swallows a bit, and then he nods.
Just keep looking, okay?
He keeps nodding. I'll keep looking.
Thank you. She has to be okay, and she's out there somewhere. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's in an area where you can't get signal for that machine or something. I don't know.
I hope so too. For what it's worth, Morden says.
Maybe she's not even in the galaxy. Maybe she's, I don't know, in a different one. Like, that could be possible, right? Like, I don't know. Who even knows how that machine works? She's out there somewhere, though. She has to be. Just let me know if you hear anything, okay?
You'll be the first to know, I swear.
Thank you.
And he turns back around to the scanner.
Darren leaves. And he sort of just slumps against the wall outside of the room.
You hear a voice empathically. Are you not feeling very well, Darren? Otto asks.
You could say that. I'm just worried about Tricey.
Drink this. It'll help. And he holds up a warm mug of... It smells like chamomile tea mixed with a little bit of... some sort of fragrance that you've never smelled before.
Okay.
It should help calm your nerves.
what really calmed my nerves is getting Tricey back. Thanks, man, though. I appreciate it.
Do you not accept it, or?
I'd take it, yeah.
He says, "It may not bring her back, but if we are going to bring her back, we will need you to be clear-headed."
It's just not that easy, you know. All those people out there and they've lost, well, you know, everyone's lost someone. It's just, it doesn't become easier to deal with, you know. We'll find her. She's out there somewhere.
Sadly, I can't help but feel bad, not because of the situation, but because I cannot express my sadness nearly as well as the rest of you can. It almost makes me seem insensitive.
You're not insensitive, man. It doesn't matter if you can express it or not. It's the feeling. I know you care, man. It's
appreciatively.
Hopefully we won't have to be sad for long.
He takes his hand and he pats your shoulder.
I should help Cortez, really, but honestly, I'd rather just feel sorry for myself for a bit longer.
If you need to talk, I am a very good listener.
I know you are, man. Not right now, okay?
Understood.
Keep...
I will be in the kitchen, but then again, you know that's where I always am.
True. It's a good place to be.
Lun, where are you right this moment, just out of curiosity?
I think he went up to the cockpit with Cortez to kind of watch the jump.
Okay. Cortez is scanning. I guess he's looking at the scanners, just trying to see if there's any activity. When you guys are about 2/3 of the way towards Alchera, you'll notice that there's a small ping coming from the monitor. And Cortez zooms in on it immediately. He says, "Looks like some sort of a scouting ship. In theory, if we slow down just a little bit, we should be able to pass by without them spotting us. However, it might be a good thing just in case for somebody to be ready at the gunnery just in case."
I guess I should send Ira a message. She's the one best with the gun.
Out of character, Otto came with us because he's the gunnery expert.
Oh yes,
Correct.
forgot Otto.
Correct.
So...
Otto's the one who's good at the guns. The SSV Normandy, just so you guys know, because it may or may not be relevant sometime in the near future, has the following weaponry. So they have a Guardian system, which I believe is the system that auto fires once they're activated without anyone being in control of them. I'll just give a description what they all say according to the player's handbook for those of you who haven't read that far. A ship's general area defensive integration anti-spacecraft network, also known as the Guardian, consists of an anti-missile, anti-fighter laser turrets on the exterior hull. Because these are under computer control, the gunnery control officer needs to do little beyond turn the system on and designate targets as hostile. Since lasers move at light speed, they cannot be dodged by anything moving at non-relativistic speeds. Unless the beam is aimed poorly, it will always hit its target. In the early stages of battle, the Guardian fire is 100% accurate. It is not 100% lethal, but it doesn't have to be. Damaged fighters must break off for repairs. It also has 2 mass accelerator turrets and the Javelin dual disruption torpedoes. Um, the Javelin is an experimental close assault weapon fitted on a handful of newer Alliance warships and consists of a rack of 2 or more disposable disruptor torpedo tubes bolted or magnetically slung onto a ship's exterior armored hull. The torpedoes are fired on converging trajectories and detonate in a precisely timed sequence that allows the dark energy emitted by their warheads to resonate. This magnifies the resulting space-time warp effect. So you have 1 Javelin and 2 mass accelerator turrets. I think you will probably need 1 person to operate each turret if you want to have Otto be the one controlling the Javelin. The mass accelerator turrets do 10d damage, ignore damage reduction for starships, and the Javelin does 70 plus 10d damage, ignoring all kinetic barriers.
Wait, how many guns are they total then? That needs to be operated.
There are 2 turrets and 1 Javelin. So you will need 3 operators to operate the guns. If you want, assuming you want Otto to focus on the Javelin, but somebody else could focus on the Javelin if you really want them to.
Well, hopefully we can just sneak past this thing, but Lum will kind of just give Otto a message saying that there was something spotted. It may be advisable to have him at one of the guns ready.
Yeah. But I think that if Cortez will probably tell you it'd be nice to designate somebody on every single gun in case space combat arises. You just have to figure out who's going to be in which gun.
I guess he'll forward the message to Aya, because Aya's the captain after all.
Well, this will be fun.
Aya, you have to
Niha.
make a decision. Niha?
You go on 1 turret, I'll take the other. If we get into combat, we'll finally see who's the best gunner of the 2 of us.
Yes.
The bet still stands, and you're still going to owe me all the things.
Kill steals don't count.
It's not a kill steal, it's called kill secure.
Ha! Even when we're in the midst of death, you're still making jokes.
Well, someone's got to keep us all together. God knows Darren can't right now.
Lun, are you gonna stay in the cockpit
Yeah.
indefinitely? Okay.
Lun's not a good aim at all, so putting him on a gun would be the worst idea.
Is Darren aware of things?
Well, you've been hearing Cortez probably would have announced people that there is a sighting of a Reaper vehicle or ship. So you're probably aware that everybody is like on deck.
Okay, I will go up to the cockpit then.
When you get up into the cockpit, Lun, so before Darren enters in the cockpit, you're able to gather some surface thoughts off of Cortez. So again, this is the Stephen Cortez. The best way to describe this is the Steve Cortez from Clive Shepard's playthrough. So he's sort of remembering some of the final moments during the last stand on Earth. So you can clearly see that and feel that this guy had a very deep relationship with Shepard, the man who saved the galaxy. However, as soon as Darren enters the room, his mind is busy with a lot of activity, and you immediately, I think, because Darren can't help but think about it, you immediately see the scene replay in your head what happened with Tricey when he was with her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, then it's like, oh.
Does Lun get emotions as well, or is it just thoughts?
Just thoughts.
Okay, cool.
Emotions is Talia. Talia is the one that can feel... Well, more specifically, that's not really... Talia has some empathy, but more specifically, for those of you who don't understand Talia's ability, Talia has the ability to to read other people's senses, not their thoughts, but what they smell, hear, taste, feel. She can feel senses, but she can't feel thoughts. She can't read people's minds. Lun's is a little bit different.
Okay. Darren's thoughts are very much a jumble at the moment. Like, occasionally, like, doubtful thoughts will sneak in, but he's very quick to like, no, that's wrong, and you very much get the sense he's in denial at the moment. Even if you can't feel the emotion, you still get that from his thoughts.
Lun, you also learn through his thoughts what happened between him and Morden, the news that he heard from Morden.
And probably the conversation with Otto as well.
And probably the conversation with Otto. Yes.
There's a lot of info taken at once.
Yeah, it's all in his head. It is like, the problem is, because it's all jumbled up in his head, it's if you can think of reading people's mind as having different volumes, you know, Cortez's memories was at a very normal level volume, whereas Darren's is like, it's shouting. It's like shouting into your mind, because it's just so rampant and so intense, the memories that he's having right now.
The most consistent thought is she's okay, and he's sort of repeating that as a mantra to himself.
Right.
Lynn's going to look a little bit like almost motion sick for a moment before probably stumbling towards leaving the room.
Okay.
I can picture it being, because it's like a lot, it's probably rather nauseating and almost, what's the word for it?
It's like sensory overload almost.
Probably a bit vertigo-y.
Yes.
So he's probably just like stumbling out of the room, almost looks like...
Okay.
Probably looks almost as if he's drunk.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to roleplay that. Lun, where do you go from the cockpit then?
I want to say he's probably going to head towards Morden, but probably try either to Morden or the med bay, whoever he stumbles upon first between Chen or Morden.
We'll say that Lun runs into Chen first. What happens? So Chen, you're going to see Lun not look so well. The anti-gravity feeling, the telekinesis has stopped, but Lun looks very ill. Nauseous, maybe?
Pretty much. As I said, you would mistake him for being drunk if you didn't know better.
She is very tense. In her, she's thinking, stay away from me, stay away from me, stay away from me, but she can't just leave Lun.
Fine.
Can't leave Lun like that. Are you okay?
He'll hear that and be like, I'm going now, and start to like stumble in the other direction.